Welcome, students. This is Mr. Adisha. I hope you're all well. Today, I want to talk about grammar. I like grammar because I like writing. If you want to be a good writer, you must understand grammar. All right, let's begin. All right, students, take out your advanced grammar book. We are going to do adjective clauses, chapter 6. Okay, kids, let's practice combining two sentences, making one sentence into an adjective clause. I have two sentences here. Mr. R teaches me English. Mr. R speaks Mandarin well. This sentence with the star is going to be the main sentence. This sentence I'm going to turn into an adjective clause. All right, so let's review. The verb, teaches. Who teaches? Mr. Radisha teaches. There's the subject. Mr. Radisha teaches what? Oh, teaches English. That's the direct object. Mr. Radisha teaches English to whom? Me. That's the indirect object. So this is going to be our main sentence. Now, let's just add the sentences, just like in math. What is common in these two sentences? Mr. Radisha, Mr. R. So Mr. R, this Mr. R out. Mr. R is a person, so we use who. Okay, now we can do it. Let's combine these two sentences. All right, so first is the subject, Mr. R. Next to the subject is a noun. Next to the subject is the adjective clause. So let's bring the adjective clause down. Who speaks Mandarin well. Okay, there's the adjective clause. Now let's bring down the verb, teaches me English. Now this is a very good sentence. Why? Because we have who speaks English well, who speaks Mandarin well. That is the adjective clause, and that adjective clause is describing the subject. So we say, Mr. R, who speaks Mandarin well, teaches me English. That's a very good sentence. Okay, got it? All right, let's start doing the exercises. This is exercise 2, part C. Combine the sentences using an adjective clause. Number 1. Are these the books? You were looking for some books. Now the bold-faced letters, that's going to be the adjective clause. So this is going to be the main sentence. This is going to be turned into the adjective clause. Well, let's take out our orange. And we see what's common. The books. Some books. So we have the books, some books. All right. So let's begin. Are these the books? Now, books, that's a thing. So we can use which or that. Are these the books that? And we use a subject and a verb. That you were looking for. And then this is a question, so a question mark. So, are these the books? You were looking for some books becomes, are these the books that you were looking for? This is the adjective clause, and it is describing books. Very easy. Okay, let's look at number 2. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding. We were invited to a wedding. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding. That is going to be the main sentence. We are going to turn, we were invited to a wedding, we are going to turn this into the adjective clause. So, what's the same? What is common in both these sentences? The wedding and a wedding. Okay. Let's combine these. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding. Okay? A wedding is an event. An event is a thing. So we're going to use which or that. That's the marker. That. Now we need the subject verb. That we were invited to. Period. Our adjective clause is that we were invited to, and that is describing the wedding. So, unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding. We were invited to a wedding. Combine the sentences. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding that we were invited to. Okay, number 3. I enjoy my job. I like the people. I work with people. Okay? There are 3 sentences. This is going to be the sentence we are going to turn into an adjective clause. And what do we see is the same? People. The people. People. Okay. Well, let's begin. I enjoy my job. Period. I like the people. Now, here, I work with people. This people is the object of the preposition. Here's with. With is a preposition. This is the object of a preposition. Here, I like the people. This people is an object. So this marker is going to be whom. Whom. Then we have subject verb. I work with. Period. I enjoy my job. I like the people whom I work with. So, whom I work with, that's the adjective clause describing people. I enjoy my job. I like the people whom I work with. Number 4. What's the name of that hotel? You told me about a hotel. The main sentence, what's the name of that hotel? This sentence, you told me about a hotel, is going to be turned into an adjective clause. Well, what's the same in each sentence? Well, here, that hotel, a hotel. That's the same. All right, let's write the answer. What's the name of that hotel? Now, hotel is a place. It is also a structure, a thing. So I think we're going to use which or that. What's the name of that hotel? Which. I don't want to use that because here's a that. What's the name of that hotel? That. No, I don't like that. What's the name of that hotel? Which. Okay. Subject. You told me about. This is a question, so we need a question mark. What's the name of that hotel which you told me about? Which you told me about is the adjective clause describing hotel. Number 5. The party wasn't enjoyable. We went to a party last night. The main sentence, the party wasn't enjoyable. This sentence, we went to a party last night, that's going to be our adjective clause. What's the same? The party, a party. Okay? So, let's begin. The party. Remember, the adjective clause must stand behind the noun it is describing. The party. A party is an event. It's a thing. So we can use that. And we use the subject verb. That we went to. That we went to last night. Verb wasn't enjoyable. Period. The party that we went to last night, is the adjective clause describing the party. The party that we went to last night wasn't enjoyable. That's a very good sentence. All right, number 6. I didn't get the job. I applied for a job. Okay? Main sentence, I didn't get the job. I applied for a job is going to be turned into an adjective clause. Well, what's the same? Well, look at here. The job. A job. Okay, so let's write the adjective clause. I didn't get the job. A job is a thing. We can use the marker that. I didn't get the job. That. Now subject verb. I applied for. Period. I didn't get the job that I applied for. That I applied for is the adjective clause describing the job. This is very easy. All right, number 7. Gary is a good person to know. He's somebody. You can rely on Gary. Okay. Well, Gary here is the person, and he's a somebody. All right, let's write it. Gary is a good person to know. Period. He's somebody. All right, now let's look here. On is a preposition. A preposition is followed by an object, the object of the preposition. So this is an object. So when we are doing the marker for an object who is a person, we need whom. Now the subject, you can rely on. Period. Gary is a good person to know. He's somebody whom you can rely on. So, whom you can rely on is the adjective clause talking about somebody. Well, that somebody is he, and that he is Gary. Gary is a good person to know. He's somebody whom you can rely on. All right, number 8. Who was that man in the restaurant? I saw you with a man. Well, what's the same in each sentence? That man, a man. Okay, let's combine these two sentences. Who was that man? All right, let's look here. With is a preposition. And a man is the object of the preposition. So this man is the object of a preposition. So we're going to use the marker whom. And then we use the verb I saw you with. Who was that man whom I saw you with in the restaurant? This is a question, so we need a question mark. Who was that man whom I saw you with in the restaurant? Whom I saw you with is the adjective clause describing the man. Who was that man in the restaurant? I saw you with a man becomes who was that man whom I saw you with in the restaurant? All right, let's review part C. 1. Are these the books? You were looking for some books. Better. Are these the books that you were looking for? That's a better sentence. 2. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding. We were invited to a wedding. Combine them. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the wedding that we were invited to. That's a better sentence. Number 3. I enjoy my job. I like the people. I work with people. Answer. I enjoy my job. I like the people whom I work with. That's a better sentence. 4. What's the name of that hotel? You told me about a hotel. Combine the sentences. What's the name of that hotel which you told me about? 5. The party wasn't enjoyable. We went to a party last night. Combine the sentences. The party that we went to last night wasn't enjoyable. That's a better sentence. 6. I didn't get the job. I applied for a job. I didn't get the job that I applied for. This is a better sentence. 7. Gary is a good person to know. He's somebody. You can rely on Gary. Let's combine these sentences. Gary is a good person to know. He's somebody whom you can rely on. That's a better sentence. Number 8. Who was that man in the restaurant? I saw you with a man. Combine them. Who was that man whom I saw you with in the restaurant? That's a better sentence. Okay. Now you do the homework. All right. Bye. Okay, kids. Thank you for watching this video. Now I need you to do a big favor for me. I want you to like this video. And I want you to leave a comment for me. I want you to write, "Thank you, Mr. Radisha," and then leave your English name. Really appreciate it. Thanks.